Sariputta, and when there was a purpose, he made the rules. Then when the Venerable Sariputta, the Buddha's chief disciple, said, let me lead the monks, be their leader, that's authority, the Buddha rejected. Sincerity, humility, no hierarchical structure, no master-student relationship. That is how the Buddha looked at it. He said, authority is not the valid point for realization. Then, that certainly must show us his broad-mindedness, his flexibility, his dynamism. When he says, the first reality of things is that everything is impermanent. What do you mean by that? I said, transformation the other day. Everything is changeable means the Vinaya rules are also changeable. That is why today our talk, the need to change some of the Vinaya rules. It's a challenging talk. We dare to take it because we understand well, after all 46 years I've been in monkhood, almost half a century. So, living in it is not like just you reading it. Enjoying it is not like how you read superficially and make judgments very fast. I give you some examples. The Buddha, as he didn't make any rules absolutes, he made changes himself because everything is impermanent. Even the Dhamma is impermanent. There are rules that he changed and amended up to 7 times. There's one rule called Ganabhojana. It's a group eating going together outside without proper invitation. He allowed and he amended 7 times, imagine. All-knowing one, the Buddha, he could have made it in the very beginning, isn't it? But he didn't make absolute. He waited for a cause, for a reason. That's the practical nature, the practical philosophy of his Dhamma, and the practical way of how he made rules for a purpose only, not for the sake of making a law as such. As per situation. And then, many of you might have read, after 3 months of his passing away, there was the first council, where the monks got together and congregated and recited what he had said. But there was one famous monk by the name Venerable Purana. He did not accept what those arhants, 500 of them, said. He said, Reverend says, you have made the recitation in the council, but I am not willing to accept what you have said. I will follow what I have heard from the Buddha. So you see, different opinions, they were accommodated, and that is recorded in the book. They couldn't simply ignore it, not write it out. So, that itself shows that there were no absolutes as such. There was right understanding and not right regulation. And then, you find in the very Vinaya book, this all recorded. That is why it's interesting in the Vinaya Pitaka. In the Chullavagga Pali, if you read, you will find it. But I want to quote the Reverend Dhamma Buddha, who was the Malaysian monk, who has written a lot of books and given a lot of talks and made CDs all over the place. He advised and quote and say why the Buddha advised monks not to recite the monks' rules in front of lay devotees. I hope I didn't make a mistake. But there are no secret doctrines in Buddhism. Reverend Dhamma Buddha gives a reason. I quote him now. Because laymen can become over-critical. Because you're always good in blaming others, not yourself. You don't criticize your own mistakes, isn't it? It's easy to see the dust in the eye of others, not in yours. We sometimes analyze how certain devotees are so critical about monks and find a lot of house problems, domestic problems. You just punch, you think because the monk won't come back to hit you. Isn't it? The best punching bag you can have. So, he says, not to be overcritical of monks because that is an unwholesome, demeritorious karma. Bhikkhu Dhamma quotes the Anguttara Nikaya. And it is stated that even the Aryapukkala, the noble ones, enlightened ones, also make certain transgressions, mistakes. Because this, by following the rules, you won't be enlightened. Enlightenment is through the Dhamma. Rules are meant for an organization. This many people don't understand. They mix up both together. First things first, second things second. And then, the minor precepts, the Buddha says, in the last sutra, the lesser minor rules, you can change. What wonderful liberty he is given. But how rigid some Buddhists are. They look at the figures, 5, 8, 10, 200 plus. Make mistake there as well. Then more for the nuns. Why? Equality. Why like that? So, that is how people look. Now in the case of the Buddha, Dhamma Buddha, he gives you a warning. He says, according to the Anguttara Nikaya 654, the Buddha said that one digs a great pit for oneself if one reviles, talk bad, about a monk or nun who possesses the right view. That being so, lay people should be careful not to be too critical of monks, I add, and nuns, when the understanding of the Vinaya and the Dhamma is not so comprehensive and profound. So be careful. A later book after the Tripitaka, if you know about the Venerable Nagasena and the king, Greek king's discussion, Questions of Melinda, there it says, a sinful monk is 10 times better than a sinful layperson. And all that 10 is explained. Now I'm not defending any positions, I'm just reading the history to you. Then, the rules of 7 classes I have already written for your information there. And when you make evaluations as to right or wrong, good or bad, be careful. Because some of our human work is beyond the scope of the very Vinaya. Not all our human thoughts and thinking and system and reasons are dealt with there. It was meant for a purpose. We'll get to that later. And you can't base on emotion to make judgments. Because you like something. Because you love the Buddha, the Dhamma. You go all out to hammer out. Or because you hate somebody or some temple or some organization and think yours is the best and always look down and talk bad. Not only the monks, nuns, of the lay people also. So within the system that you have, within the group that you are, you got to be careful when you make the judgments. Now normally, people think, oh, if a monk makes a mistake, definitely he goes to hell. But you laymen, anything you are pardoned. Rubbish. That is why in some religions there is no monasticism, no monks and nuns, Sikhism, Zoroastrianism, Persian religion. Yeah. And some of the Christian denominations, no monasticism.